Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum and a good afternoon to everyone. So my name is Nur Adlibiti Saad. I am your first presenter for today's topic. So, do you guys know what we are going to present today? Or do you know our topic today? Okay, before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce you one by one our presenter for today's topic. So first, I, Nur Adlimiti Saad. Second, Adib Alwi. Third, Aisyah binti Kisamuddin. And fourth, Nur Atika binti Mat Jaafar. Alright, so this is our topic today. Critical examination of Form 5 in subject physics. We are presented to you and I hope all of you can listen and understand well in this topic. Alright, I will cover the topic of coverage of topic and number and arrangement of topic. So, in a Physics Form 5 textbook KSSM, in this topic, the content of the topic itself is definition of textbook, coverage of themes, number in arrangement of the topic, and comparison between KSSM and KBSM. So, in the left of this slide, I share to you the surface cover of the textbook. In the easy word is the cover content of the Physics Form 5 syllabus. Can you guess or do you know what is definition of textbook? Wow, I seem like most of you know the textbook is the reference book for all students in Malaysia, right? So let's take a look the right definition of textbook. First, textbook is the course book, which is the manual of instruction in any branch of study, which is we have the textbook for physics, textbook for chemistry, textbook for biology, and other textbook. That is what means of manual of instruction in branch of study. So textbook also are produced accordingly to the demand of education instruction. Means that because of the demand, we have to produce the textbook for the student reference. Next, most of textbooks are only published in printed format. But in the pandemic COVID-19, government are well to help students and also they are producing the online electronic books. I guess all of you know the definition of the textbook. Next, I will continue with the specification of the textbook. Alright, when you open the textbook, I guess all of you will take a look for the content first, right? It is because we are consuming what topic, what chapter, how much chapter that we are learning all over the year. So, in this specification of textbook, I want to introduce you what is theme, where is the chapter, or what is the subtopic. Okay. The top of the every chapter, it is called theme. Alright, theme is the overall meaning what we are going to learn. Okay, under the theme, we call it chapter. Okay, in one theme, there are no specification of chapter. It means in one theme, it can have 2 or 3 chapters in one theme. For example, in theme 1, there are 2 chapters. In theme 2, there are 2 chapters. But in theme 3, there are 1 chapters only. So, there are no specification in numbers of chapter. Under the chapter, we are having the subtopic, which is the 2.1, for example, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. It means what we are going to learn, the subtopic of the topic itself. So, we move on to the next slide, which is the coverage of the theme KBSM and KSSM Malaysia Education Form 5 Textbook Edition. So, I think all of you are confusing between KBSM and KSSM. Alright, so here I am to clarify your confusing between KBSM and KSSM. So, KBSM is Co-Curriculum Bersepadu Sekolah Menengah and KSSM is Co-Curriculum Standard Sekolah Menengah. So, do you wondering why we are now use the book of KSSM instead of KBSM? So, here the question for you guys to answer in discussion section. Why are we looking a lot on KBSM and KSSM? So as a future teachers or lecturers, one day inshallah, we have to know what is KBSM and KSSM. That is because when someone question us or ask us what is KBSM and why we are using KSSM now, why not KBSM? So you as a teacher have to know the exactly reason or the answer for that question. Let's move on to the next slide. So in KSSM, we are looking for the number of theme. On what I explained before, theme is the above of chapter, the main chapter of that topic. So theme 1 in a KSSM Form 5 physics is Newtonic mechanism, which is have two chapter, which is force and motion for chapter 1, and chapter 2 is pressure. In theme 2, electricity and electromagnetism, they have two chapter same as the theme 1, but different topic, which is different chapter. Chapter 3 is electricity and chapter 4 is electromagnetism. Next, theme 3 only have two chapter for applied physics, which is electronic, and theme 4 modern physics, which is two also chapter, which is nuclear physics and quantum physics for chapter 7. This is the old textbook, which is KBSM, Co-Curriculum Bersepadu Sekolah Menengah. Can you guess the difference between KBSM textbook and KSSM textbook? I guess you are clearly can differentiate between two of them, right? So if not, I will explain to you. So before that, the huge difference between KBSM and KSSM textbook is the theme itself. If you can see that there are no main topic of every chapter itself. So in this content of the KBSM textbook, there are 5 chapters in that, which is wave for chapter 1, chapter 2 is electricity, chapter 3 is electromagnetism, chapter 4 is electronic, and chapter 5 is radioactive. Next, the comparison between KSSM and KBSM. So here I will clarify the confusion and differentiation between KSSM and KBSM. So, in comparison between KSSM and KBSM, so for the description, number of team for KSSM is 4, but no number of team in KBSM. So, number of chapter for KSSM is 7, so it is a huge number, but this is the categorized chapter. So every team that have their own chapter, but for the KSSM, no team but only have 5 chapter in that. So here we go. Now we are going to differentiate between KBSM and KSSM. I guess all of you can know there is no theme on KSSM, but there are specifically have a theme for the KSSM. So we can see that the chapter arrangement is messy. Why? Supposed to be the chapter of wave is on Form 5 under the theme of wave, light and optic theme. But here we can see that other chapter and wave are not in the same roof of the whole content in KBSM. Okay, what I mean is wave is under the optic, under the light and under the wave, but electronoid, radioactive under the same roof, which is applied physics, about the physical physics. Alright, so I take another example of electricity. So many subtopic there, right? In other words, it is not simplified enough. What I mean when I say it's not simplified, anyone here can guess why I thought like that? Don't know, right? So here is, instead of you are giving a long sentence and make a student confused enough to understand, we just can give the main subtopic like the KSSM, which is pressure. Alright, chapter 2, pressure. 2.1, pressure in liquid. So student can know, oh, this is a pressure in liquid. But if you are looking for the KBSM, for example, the radioactive, 5.1, understanding the nucleus of an atom. It is more to the learning objective or the learning outcome, right? Because the word of understanding. But if you are going to make a chapter, just give the main topic or the subtopic to that particular chapter. Alright? Okay, next. It's too crowded. What I mean of crowded, the subtopic of every chapter are too crowded to understand by student. For example, chapter 3, electricity for KSSM. 3.1, current and potential difference. So, student can easily understand that they are going to learn about the current and potential difference. But if you look at the chapter 2, electricity KBSM, there are mentioned 2.1, analysis electric field and charge flow. So, inwards analysis is not suitable and too crowded in that. Just take the main point of the chapter or the main point of the subtopic. Alright? Next. All of what I mentioned before, do you know or you can guess the level of difficulty when we have theme, we have chapter, and we have a specific subtopic? Can you all guess the level of difficulty? Yes, of course, yes, right. So for theme 1, theme 2 and 3 and theme 4, they have their own level of difficulty, which is we have categorized in 3 things, main themes, which is easy, moderate and medium, and hard. Theme 1 is more to the easy level of difficulty because the topic is easy in content and more toward the understanding. So for theme 2 and 3, the content or the chapter and the subtopic under that, we can clarify as moderate and medium because the topic jumps into more conclusion. If you move back, when I said that theme 3 is applied physics, the words of applied itself show that it is the moderate medium in the lower order thinking skill. It is clarified in the Bloom taxonomy. After that, I will explain to you the Bloom taxonomy. But first, we have to finish the level of difficulty Theme 4. It's qualified on hard topic or hard themes. Why? Because the topic more difficult to understand and need a lot of effort to learn. Next, we move to lots and hots. Alright, you can you guess what is lots, what is hot? I guess you all know what is lots and hot because we are introducing these lots and hot in our secondary school, right? So I will explain to you what is lots and what is hot. Lots is lower order thinking skill, and hot is higher order thinking skill. Alright, so this is what I mean by the Bloom taxonomy and how I can differentiate the level of difficulty on each theme. So we can say that remember, understanding and apply is under the lower order thinking skill, which is lots, and analyze, evaluate and create is higher order thinking skill, which is hot. That means Malaysian education purpose the textbook on the level difficulty increasing so that students are not become think the subject is hard, subject is very difficult and itself. Okay, so can you guess what country I highlighted is? So that is Papua New Guinea. Alright, I believe that most of us not know this country, especially for girl, we are not notice this country. So why I choose this country? I choose this country because of this video. Let's watch.
It's a new day, oh come on, new day. It's a new day, oh the Lord. It's a new life, it's a new life, it's a new life, oh the Lord. New life, it's a new life, oh the Lord. The Lord is giving us His new life. Let's be learning, oh it's new day. Let's be learning, oh the Lord. It's a new day. It's a new day, it's a new day, oh come on, new day, it's a new day, oh the Lord. It's a new life, it's a new life, oh the Lord. New life, it's a new life, oh the Lord.
So now everyone know why I choose this country, right? So I choose this country because I would like to open our eyes and our mind, think that this country also have their own curriculum and education. Some of us will think and overthinking sometimes they are not get a good education because they are lack of a lot of things, for example, facilities and other things. Here, I want to prove that they also have their own specific education and learn what we are learning today. We are also will look at the syllabus arrangement and what make Papua New Guinea different from Malaysia in terms of the curriculum and education. We are looking at the upper secondary physics units, which is the topic or the chapter in this country, which is Papua New Guinea. What I can see that all of them are learning what we are learning in Malaysia of physics form 5. Alright? What make them different from us because of the arrangement and difficulty itself. Arrangement in education physics in Papua New Guinea is a little bit messy and the difficult level of difficulty cannot be defined. What I mean of cannot be defined is because of there are not having the team itself and also the hard level and the easy level are mixed. If we are comparing with the KSSM textbook, In Unit 12, which is the Form 5 level, there are learning fluid, temperature, and heat, also wave. All of them supposed to learning in grade 11, not grade 12. In why I can say that because in grade 11 they are having electricity principle in 11.5 and 11.6 electronic, because two of these are under the applied physics and supposed to learn in a grade 12, which is Form 5 in Malaysia. So I think that's all what I can see, what I can prove to you. And if you are need improvement, this is I take from the article that I make a research from this country. So I will pass this presentation to Adib Alwi. But before that, we are having a discussion in a WhatsApp group. Thank you.